can't wait to see this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this, episode like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. My boy. Excuse the loud, excuse the loud.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? Y'all know who this is. This is Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood, JUGGALO, the Carmen Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, chat, let them hear it. How's everyone on this nice Thursday evening? You know, it's always that time, the same chaos time, same chaos place here in the Chaos Family Lair. You should know by now. You should. It's been a very beautiful day. You know, the weather's been nice the last few days. It's been in the 60s down here in Florida. It was like 65. Now it's like maybe 50 something degrees, but it still feels very nice. So where the rest everywhere is super cold in winter, winter down here is nice weather. It's the exact opposite. So what is good? Make sure you guys are sharing everywhere, all over social media, because this is the episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast. Episode 201. 201. Last week was the 200th episode celebration. I'd like to thank everyone who came and joined. Shouts to Worm, as well as Cody, Severus Click's producer, was in the house. We gave away some items. I gave some stuff away. Lady Chaos contributed to a giveaway, and she came and helped out with the Karma giveaway. So after the success of the Karma giveaways, especially last week, I can guarantee you there are going to be times, especially where we are going to definitely do Karma giveaways, as well as our guests contributing stuff if they have stuff to contribute. So it's good, everyone. We're going to go ahead and now get into the meat and potatoes and send the link to our guest, HB the Grizzly, and have her on. Let's catch up on the chat. What do you guys think of that new instrumental to the show? I like this. It has a very West Coast vibe type to it. I love it. What is good, Charles Reeves? What's good? Lady Chaos in the chat. What's good, baby? Sound off, y'all. Where are you guys watching this show? Because we are live everywhere. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all. All right, y'all. I see that our guest is ready. So, HB, if you're ready, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. All right, y'all. Get ready. We're going to give her the proper introduction. So, everyone, please welcome to the Hours of Chaos podcast, the one and only HB the Grizzly. What's up, man?
What is up, you guys? I was actually, not thinking about going on camera tonight just because I look rough from after work, but I'm like, fuck it. My fans want to see my face, so here I am, bright and shining glory. So how are you doing tonight, Don?
I'm doing good. What do you think of that background instrumental?
Oh, dude, that's vibes.
Yeah, it's a new thing I'm adding to the show.
Oh, it's a nice addition, dude. I could get down for sure.
Yeah, and the few times I've had guests on the show, they're like, that's actually cool, and it's not too distracting. It's just right. It's not too loud or low.
Yeah, I would agree, because You know, some people have that like really fast electronic music. I don't know. I was on a interview with some fucking person, like it was 2 years ago, but it was more of an EDM crowd that he would do interviews for. But he had just this really loud background music, and it's just like it was staticky through the phone, so it's like it came through distorted. But yeah, this is a vibe.
So yeah, I guess what we'll do is when we always have our guests on, you just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, and little history about you, and then yeah, that's where we'll ask the questions.
All right, well, to begin, I am HB the Grizzly. If you don't know me, I am a fucking powerhouse. I represent Shrunken Head Entertainment. I was the winner of the Juggalo Gong Show last year, and what's up, y'all? I'm here to, tell everyone what's about this year and what's going on with everybody else that I'm collaborating with and all that good news.
Hell yeah. And where are you based out of?
Well, when I say based out of, people always want to say Detroit just because I live in the metro area, but I'm more of Ypsilanti. I live in Ypsilanti.
There you guys know.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who's going to say I live in Detroit when I don't, so...
Yeah, it's like where I grew up. People would say they lived in Denver, but they wouldn't actually be from Denver. They're like,
from Boulder or some shit, that's only like 20 minutes from Denver. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, and I would always have to tell people when they'd ask where they live, for example, they'd be like, "Oh, I live in Brighton," and I'm like, "Well, that's nowhere near Denver." I was like, "I'm talking like Denver area, like a suburb, basically. That counts."
Denver's wild, man. I love Denver though. That's one of those places I love going to. But yeah. Anyways, Denver, didn't we meet at Gorefest? Didn't we officially meet?
Probably. It just depends what year.
Yeah, the years kind of like meshed together. All that Jaeger, you forget. But,
yeah, that's how it is with shows for me in general. Sometimes shows just mash together. I'm like, oh, I remember now.
Right. It just doesn't come to you till last second and shit.
Yeah. I currently don't live in Denver. I'm actually down here in Florida now.
Okay. So you're with all those crazies that like to eat each other's faces and shit.
Yeah, but luckily where I live in Florida, it's central Florida, so people are more chill in this part of the state.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I visited Florida a few times. It's okay. My hair looks like shit though when I go visit that state, man. It's way too humid. It's not kind to curly-haired girls, man. It sucks.
And it's funny because we get a lot of Michigan people down here and Ohio people.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's always the older people, too, from Michigan. They're like, oh, I moved to Florida. I'm like, of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah, like I have a homie that lives down here. He's an old school juggler, and he's originally from Detroit, and he lives down here now.
Okay. I have a buddy that moved out to Florida. Said it was like some of his favorite years that he lived out there. So I guess it's different for everybody, Yeah. I mean, I've always liked Michigan. But I mean, if I could choose a place to be, it would be Denver.
Yes.
To be honest, that's like I love that place. I love Colorado.
That will always be like my home because that was my breeding ground.
Exactly, and that's like what Muskegon is to me. Because I originally moved to Detroit in 2009. I was from like a BFE area, like there was nothing, no opportunity, nothing. And then we left that side of the state, so 3 hours down. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Just like the culture shock somehow, which was great because, like, I didn't know shit about anything. Like, moving to the city is seriously an experience that some people really need to have just because they need a taste of what the other world is like, And
exactly.
Detroit has so much opportunity for like music and to like build yourself as a professional in anything you want to do. There's great colleges, there's wonderful hospitals. So it's just like, one of those areas, like you want to go to this, that side of the state. That's where all the money is.
Exactly. And the city's been like recovering heavily. Like when I was just there like a few years ago, I'm like, wow, this place is recovering. And a lot of locals told me, they're like, yeah, we've been doing a lot better. They're like, if you would have came back here maybe in the early 2000s, the 90s and 80s and 70s, we would have told you to stay away.
Yeah, well, you know, everyone's got that though. Like, no matter where you go or wherever you move, there's always gonna be that one place. You're not gonna like anyone no matter where you go.
Exactly.
You know?
I tell people there's rough areas in every state. There's even rough areas in Denver where I grew up.
Well, see, Muskegon, we have Muskegon Heights. And Muskegon Heights, like, we know better not to go out there past 8 o'clock because it's danger zone. Like my uncle, for instance, he was caught in a crossfire at a stoplight. 2 cars, he was sandwiched between 2 cars that were shooting at each other.
God damn.
Yeah. And that's in Muskegon, Michigan. So, like, every place has a hood, you know? Like, I mean, even the nicest places, you know, Compton, for instance, is a great example. Like, there's the good side of Compton, there's the bad side of Compton. It's like, there's the good side of Muskegon, there's a really fucking bad side of Muskegon. And side that I didn't like to be around. Yeah. So, no matter where you go, you're gonna get that. So.
Exactly. Now, how did you come up with the name HB the Grizzly, and did you go by other names beforehand?
Okay, well, HB was something my girl Stephanie would always call me, and HB stands for Holly Bear. Now, Holly Bear is the nickname that my mother gave me, but my girl Stephanie shortened it. So when we'd hang out, she'd be like, HB, HB, just because she loved the Holly Bear nickname so much, but she wanted to make it hers. And I'm like, HB. I wanted to start off with just HB, so people just called me HB. But then I added Grizzly because I wanted grit, and it just rolled off the tongue. And this was back in, like, I think, like, 2016, 17, but I was putting together HB the Grizzly. Because I wanted to originally just call myself Holly Bear. But I got advice from someone that's been in the industry for a very long time who told me, I don't know if anyone's going to buy an album called Holly Bear. You want to have some edge because that's what you are. You got a little bit of edge. So I added the Grizzly because I've always felt like if I were to be a bear, it would be the most vicious one.
Exactly, and what bear is responsible for killing the most people? The grizzly.
Grizzly is the most vicious bear known to mankind. And, I mean, they're also one of the, like, they're going extinct. Like, they're on the endangered list. And I feel like I'm a rarity. Because what I bring to the table is not something that you, like, hear every day, you know?
Exactly, and we love animals here. We're animal lovers here. I always tell people I only like animals and a few people. That's it.
Humans suck. I'm like the type of person that, okay, I was watching a horror movie the other night with my boyfriend, and he was like, oh shit, you know, the dog's like attacking the killer and shit. I'm like, oh my god, the dog, you know, and then the dog gets kicked and thrown across the room. I'm like, and then at the end of the movie, like, they don't give you a conclusion to what happened to the dog. So I'm like, what the fuck happened to the dog? Is the dog okay? Like, that's all I gave a fuck about. I gave a fuck about, like, 5 people dying on screen. But when it comes to an animal, I'm such a fucking softie, dude. Like, for instance, I've got my cat right here next to me. She's my confidant. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am with my animals. Like, if anything involves the hurting of animals, children, or elderly people, that's my soft spot.
Yeah. When it comes to those things, too. Like, I don't like seeing children get hurt in movies or any of that either. That shit pisses me off. I'm like, I gotta cut this shit off. Like, I just can't go with that. I don't know why some directors do that shit, too. Like, I know you want to have shock value, but it's kind of sick. No, like, I wouldn't allow that in a movie. I'll put the movie together.
It's like, now, if you want to make a horror movie that's pertaining to kids or teens, fine, like it. You've got. Yeah. I tell people what makes it scary is you have to put yourself in the child's position when you're watching it. Then it's fucking scary.
Yeah, dude, for real. I understand what you mean. And now, like, not just it, but like, there's this other one, like the Babadook. Or something, like it's like they're or Slender Man.
Or Children of the Corn.
It's like, why do we have to? Let's really terrify children. Like,
and it's funny because when we were younger, it's funner. When we were younger, we had like "Are You Afraid of the Dark?" If you remember that show.
No, our shit was so fucked up. We had such, and we wonder why majority of our generation are goths.
Hell,
you know,
even the Goosebump series, the TV series, was pretty creepy.
That's creepy. I remember the one with the monster that was in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
That one terrified. Or the mannequin. What is that? The puppet.
Oh, the dummy one.
That shit scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, ugh. I hate
that episode always scared me, especially the part where he's trying to tell everyone that the doll's alive, so he makes the doll kick me. He's like, kick me. He's like, kick me. And then finally, it looks like he's crazy, and the doll kicks him. He's like, you didn't say please.
Yeah, like, what? I think at the end of that, they they broke its head and like a green mist out of it or some shit. Yeah, something like that. I don't. Childhood trauma, you know.
And then of course we also grew up on Tales from the Crypt and watching like the Twilight Zone.
You know what I also love is I'm watching Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I think about, wow, they'd always air this shit at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, right when you're about to go to bed. You're like, fuck, dude. Like, our generation is built different. Like, our cartoons are just different. I was actually, I don't know if you follow me on TikTok, but TikTok, I actually have noticed a lot of sexual innuendos in Ed, and Eddie and shit. And I've been like posting about that. I'm like, dude, this is the shit we grew up on.
Right, like me and my fiance will like watch like paranormal shit late at night. I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves?
We want to have nightmares and not sleep well. That's okay. We're built differently. Our generation is. It's just how we grew up, you know?
And now, how long have you actually been involved in writing music?
Okay, well, it's funny you ask that because I've been doing music my whole life. Like, I did every choir, every music theater. I actually was a art major in high school. So, like, actually graduated with art major. So I got a special tassel and everything for it. Because I completed every single art class and aced them. And then I decided I wanted to go into some other of that shit. But in the middle of my high school career, when I moved from Muskegon to Northville, Michigan, which is on Metro Detroit. It's a very fancy area. It sucked. But anyways, Northville, I only was given 5 minutes to try out for a choir class. And I wanted to get, because I was in an all-girls ensemble at my other high school. I moved in the middle of my high school career. That shit was tough. Yeah, and I was we had straight one throughout state, like a choral and solo ensemble. Straight one means 100% across the board. And like we were on top, like we won state. And we won like almost national. We were number 3. And I know I'm capable of greatness. She gave me 5 minutes. Choir people gave me 5 minutes to warm up, do sight reading, do scales, and to do all my octaves. That is not an efficient amount of time to warm up because they give you only 5 minutes to just warm up when you're doing like nationals and solo ensemble and shit. Like that was done so incorrectly. They fucked me. She's like, yeah, I think concert choir is suitable for you. Then I go into the crowd where it's a bunch of fucking freshmen and sophomores when I'm a junior. And I'm around all these kids that are just fucking off the whole class. And I'm like, I just walked straight out. I looked at her and I walked straight out of her class. She's like, where are you going? I didn't even talk to her. I just walked out her fucking class, went directly to the office and talked to the counselor. I'm like, get me out of this class. She did not place me correctly. She did not give me a fair try. I want to get out of choir. So I did every single art class to fucking piss off that choir teacher. And on top of it, I did that talent show that year, and guess who made #1? This bitch, a complete newbie to the school, dude. Like, and then I got in an all, like a 25 cast play. It was a musical, and I was the new kid. Like in the middle of my high school career, that choir teacher came up to me after that talent show. She was one of the judges, and she gave me a 10. And she's like, I completely judged you. I want you in an I want you in our ensemble next year. If you want to do choir, I'd love to have you on. And she apologized.
That's an awesome story. That has like the makings to be like a movie or something.
No, I'm serious. She really I've always been so abrasive. And like, if you piss me off, I won't have to say anything. My face says it all. And I walked straight out that goddamn door, and I think she regretted that because I didn't fuck off choir. I loved it. I love music. Why would I fuck off a class? People would take a class like that because it's an easy A. But not really. Not really if you're actually trying. Like, I don't know. I've been doing music my whole life. So
it's good to be an underdog.
I was a super underdog, dude. People judged me because I was the only kid that came from a whole different side of the fucking state, and I wore trip pants on my first day of school. People were already spreading rumors by day 5 saying I was a cokehead and shit. I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, you don't even know my name. Right? Like, it's just so funny. Northville's a bunch of hoity-toity assholes. But,
yeah, that was like my high school. Like, they had a problem with us wearing like ICP stuff, wearing all black and all that stuff. I'm like, you have an issue with this, but you're okay with kids having swastikas and stuff, but that's okay?
Yeah, being a juggalo is a fucking felony, don't you know? Dumb shits. They don't even know, man. But anyways, like, I was wearing hatchet and shit to school and wearing trip pants. I actually, I forgot to mention, I did the school of, not Hard Rock, but I did the Detroit School of Rock, and I did a songwriting class during my junior year because I still wanted to do music. So I got kind of like a scholarship to get money off of the payment for the class. My mom was kind of broke, but she was willing to pay for me to do something. She knew how much I love singing. So she's like, well, you gotta go about this, and you have to rehearse and you have to try out. They only pick 3 people. And I was chosen in the Detroit School of Rock. If you go on YouTube, you can find me like singing and stuff at the Hard Rock Cafe in Detroit. Yeah, that was my junior year. So I did all these art classes in school and outside of school sometimes. And then I did the Detroit School of Rock on the east side too. So that's music awesome. And art was always a huge thing. And it's so funny because I was always a pothead too, and I was making straight A's. So, like, I worked my ass off though. Like, at everything I do, I always work my ass off for it. So, but you know, like, I'm huge into art. Like, any kind of art, I'm just like, I love medium. I didn't do
I'm
band.
the same way. I've always loved art. I love, like, whether it's writing music, writing poetry, like actual drawing and shit.
Right. It's just a good way to let your mind go free. You know, and when you're an anxious person and you talk a mile a minute like me, you need to put those things on paper. You know, and sometimes, you know, you get something really good out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, hopefully.
So it seems like music's been involved in your life, like, for many years, since the beginning, basically.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go way, way back, my dad used to play guitar and sing. So even when I was a kid, I'd hear him play and I'd hear him sing. My dad was one hell of a singer, too. So that was really cool. Like, I feel like I kind of got that passed down to me. See, I love my mom to death. She's beautiful, but she cannot hold a tune. She can't. But she also knows how to play one hell of a piccolo. Like, I picked up the guitar and piano. I'm okay on the piano, and I play a little bit of guitar, but see, singing just came easier to me. Like, using myself as an instrument instead. But my mom was musically inclined in her own way. My dad was. My 2 sisters too. My big sister actually plays 7 instruments. Yeah.
And if you can remember, what's like the first like piece of music that like grasped your attention that made you like music? Like, it could be anything your parents was hearing or just some random thing you heard and you were like, what is that?
Want to go way back? I got blisters on my fingers. Yeah. It's Helter Skelter by Beatles. That was my favorite song when I was a kid. I love that shit. And then I found out like years later that's actually about a serial killer. I'm like, wow, No way. Like, that was my favorite shit. I'd always tell my dad, like, play Blisters on My Fingers. And he'd always play it.
Yeah, the Beatles would get into some pretty dark, weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, they knew a lot about shit. I mean, we're really wise men, so, I mean, yeah, I went to a Beatles tribute band concert once, too. I'm like, damn, it's just so cool, but it's not as cool as seeing the real Beatles, you know? So,
Oh yeah, like my parents had got to see Paul McCartney solo live. I'm like, lucky.
oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. I see that Ringo Starr is doing his own thing, too, right now, too. But yeah, like, if I want to go back to, like, female singers that inspire me, the first female singer that ever inspired me and still inspires me to this day is Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, that was, like, the first band I was, like, completely so involved in. Like, I still know everything about Evanescence, where they're touring, what Amy Lee's doing right now. Like, I'm super fan of Evanescence.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love Evanescence too. I've heard their live show is so good.
She did so good. She was at the DT Theater this year. Wonderful. And she opened up for Korn.
Fuck yeah.
And they did Freak on a Leash together.
That's a good song.
That was so fresh. So fresh. There were like two guys in front of me, and I'm singing every song and everything. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, yeah, Amy. And then one of the douchebags turns around. He's like, woo, Amy. I'm like, so I just started screaming in his ear the lyrics to all her songs and like annoying the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, and I never knew where Evanescence was originally from until I watched this video. It said famous bands and from each state, and I was like, wait, Evanescence is from Arkansas? I didn't know that.
Little Rock, one of the most ghetto fucking places I've ever visited. I went and visited them, Little Rock, last year. And I'm like, oh my God, I get to go to Amy Lee's hometown, you know, like thinking it's something great. And I go there, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of like how me
so
and my
bad.
homies got when we went to Detroit a few years ago. Like, we were going to, like, all these spots you hear about, like, ICP and stuff. We're like, well, holy shit.
Right? I don't know. I couldn't. Like, I went there once, and I'm like, I think I'm good on just not going back. It was a horrible drive, too. We drove. Yeah, it was horrible. But, I mean, it was an experience, I guess. You know, but nothing really was like, ooh, Little Rock, you know, nothing really, you know, spoke out to me.
It's kind of, that's how people are with Oklahoma.
Oh, fuck Oklahoma, man. The only thing that's cool about Oklahoma is my boy Paul. Like, nothing else is cool about Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, that's what a lot of my homies tell me. Like, this place is so backwards, it's not even funny.
Right?
I was like, well, I guess I'll just mark that off as places just to not go to or just drive through.
Yeah, no, you don't even want to drive through it. Those cops are fucking dicks. You sneeze too hard, they're pulling you over. They're fucking dicks. I can't believe we had the gathering out there. Oh, that was so bad.
My homies told me that gathering was terrible.
It was bad. I had a spider this fucking big in my tent above my head. No. I screamed. I was like, fuck. And then my boy Earl, which I made friends with Earl that year, he's like, oh shit. And he was tripping balls on mushroom. He grabs a red Solo cup, or it was like a plastic clear cup, and he like scoops it up and puts a napkin in it. And he's like, whoa. He's like, I'm going to go show people. And like the whole time, I just kept looking around in my tent like, I can't sleep in here now. I just can't. So I ended up getting a hotel room.
I remember the first time like I went to like my first gathering, and this is when it was in Ohio, and we were like driving to Ohio and then driving through Illinois. And that was the first time I ever seen like fireflies. Like, for real, I'm like, those are awesome to look at.
You've never seen fireflies, bro?
Well, because we don't get any out in Colorado. That's why.
I mean, the mountain, but just come to Michigan. Go to the lake. You'll see some really pretty fireflies. And you don't have to worry about snakes or wolf spiders being around you.
And that's one thing I liked about Michigan. Like, Michigan is just like Colorado. Like, fall in both of those states is beautiful.
It is. Except for like Colorado, your air is so thin, or the air is so thin, it just, you can feel your lungs expanding to like a balloon when you enter, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, my friends used to always do that to me. That'd be visiting. They're like, how can you breathe this air? I'm like, because I grew up in it.
So thin and cold. My girl Lilith, you know Lilith the Sinful, right?
Yeah, we've had her on the show.
Speaking of Lilith, me and her are actually dropping a group project this year. All female. Desmona. You've heard it now from me, and officially everyone's heard it from me everywhere on your Hours of Chaos.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Desmona. Yeah, we've been kind of peeping and, hinting certain things here and there, but I don't know if you've heard Fago Rain that we did perform at the Gathering, and I did feature on my set at the Gathering, and shout out Lilith, because that is literally my soul sister. Like, I've never vibed with a woman that well with music. Like, she truly loves her craft, and she's not in it for anything selfish. She's in it for just giving love and showing good spirit. Like, she's really true fam to me. So, like, yeah, I'm like, this girl, I don't have to worry about her like sleeping around, getting too fucked up, and not like holding her shit together. I know that this girl is dedicated to her craft, and I can trust that she'll be good by my side because we're go-getters. And not trying to say talk shit, but like, I know that Razakel's the same way. She's a fucking go-getter, and so is Arsenic and Nay and Kitty, the girls and the Slice girls. Those girls are dedicated, and I only like dedicated women by my side because it shows perseverance. And like this music industry is already tough enough for us females, but when we come together and make a collective of just beauty, like, you can't have hate on that. Like, there's so much magic that comes from that. It's about these queens in the underground coming together, and that's what I support. But
exactly, and to show that there's just talent, and not like, hi, I'm Nicki Minaj, I'm just gonna look like this and get attention.
Exactly. See, and I don't have a problem with a fine ass bitch doing her music. I love that shit too. But I like a woman that isn't doing it for the selfish factor. Isn't doing it or faking her way through it. Just really being raw and being herself. Not selling yourself out in order to be liked or trying to copy with someone else. I don't like copycats.
It's like Gangsta Boo. She was a real one.
Who?
Gangsta Boo. She was a real one.
Oh, rest in peace, that girl. Actually, I opened up for her for a show, and I remember her telling me I've got some incredible fucking energy. She's like, keep killing it, girl. And I always remember that shit. That was some really heartfelt shit. But see, I didn't really know much about Gangsta Boo. Not that I didn't like her, I just didn't know much about her music. I had like a few songs on my playlist that were hers, but when that happened, I'm like, whoa, the underground's gonna be shook by this.
Yeah, and then you dig into her stuff that she did with 3 6 Mafia, and you're like, damn,
history, dude. And that's pretty dope. Like I said, I'm never gonna claim that I knew a lot about her, but she showed me love, and that was respect. A serious respect.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, man, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how many of these artists are dying. What the hell?
And there's a lot of talented females in this scene. There's you. There's Smalls One. There's Razakel. There's like Whitney Payton and stuff.
Lissa Sayre. No one's can't forget Lissa. Lissa's dope. I mean, I see like so much potential. There's also another great artist out here in Michigan. I don't know if you know Nada, but she's dope as fuck, man.
I've heard of her. She's dope.
She is fucking one hell of a performer too. And this girl actually used to be like a front woman for a band, and that's the type of energy I like and to see in females. It's so powerful to see women do their fucking thing, and just kill it. It's so beautiful, man.
Yeah, I've seen Kitty live, and they are awesome live.
Oh my god, I love Kitty. Yeah, that would have been a fresh show to see, dude. That's sick, dude.
Yeah, my fiance got to meet them, and she says they are the most nicest, down-to-earth people.
Yeah, they smoke a lot of weed, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite shows, that lineup, the Happy Days tour, where it was ICP, Cottonmouth Kings, Coolio, and Kitty. It's like, goddamn.
Yeah, Kitty is, that's one of those bands that I had on my playlist. I don't know if you've ever heard the Birthday Massacre. I used to listen to the fuck out of them. I also listened to Curly. I don't know if you know Curly. She's dope.
Hell yeah.
She's Ukrainian. I don't know. I never really got down with that Die Antwood group. That never suited my fancy. It's like that loud dingy ding noises. Like I said, that I don't like that hard electric noise. I appreciate some EDM and some people that sing in EDM, like that's pretty. But I wouldn't just be like, yeah, that's my shit. Like I'm a metalhead for sure. Like I love metal vocalists for sure. I don't know if you know Angela Gasso stepped down.
Yeah.
Alyssa stepped up. Now Alyssa's one hell of a good fucking step up too. She's a wonderful singer. She's Canadian too. I'm like, oh, respect. And she's vegan. That's so cool.
Now, what was the first rap song you remember hearing that grasped your attention? You're like, what is this?
Tangerine Sky by Cottonmouth Kings.
That's a good song.
Yeah. That was my vibe. I was the stoner chick,
Yeah,
like,
there's something about that old Cottonmouth Kings, like from the time they started until maybe like 2010 or 11-ish is when they started being, But their old stuff is phenomenal because their old stuff, they were more diverse.
You can't forget the old shit. You can't forget where
Sendog, that dude had a voice.
It sucks how everything's changed so much, dude. But like you gotta it's almost bittersweet though. Because you can think and you can look back and listen to some of those artists and be like, damn, nostalgia. They just don't make it like they used to. I sound like my fucking like grandpa. They just don't make music the way they used to, dude. That's like with everything. I can't listen to the radio. It shit drives me nuts. Like I can't.
Yeah, the only time I'll listen to radio is if it has like old time music that I grew up on, or I like listen to the classic rock station.
Classic rock, exactly. It's funny. I had an ex tell me I like dad music. I'm like, damn, you don't know anything about the grades. What the fuck? It's not dad music. This is good shit. I'm listening to Ted Nugent. Like, fuck yeah. I love Ted Nugent, dude.
It's like, I'm listening to the Beatles and Ozzy Osbourne. So what?
So what? I saw ZZ Top live. I saw Journey live. I fucking saw, can't remember, Alice Cooper. Now, Cooper's one hell of a performer, dude. That was so sick. You call that dad music? That fucking shit rocks, dude. They just don't make music like they used to. I grew up on that stuff, and my dad used to sing that stuff. My dad actually had a voice like Bon Jovi. He sang these super high notes and shit. It was really funny when he'd get drunk and try to sing, though. It sounded pretty bad.
I love all just music. Like, the old music I love, I listen to Frank Sinatra because that's what my grandparents listened to. I listen to Johnny Cash. I listen to all that stuff.
Yeah, I've got all that shit. I mean, my music, like, I'm a multi-genre artist. That's one thing I want people to know about me if they're watching this. I'm not a horrorcore artist. I'm not a rap artist. I am a multi-genre artist because I dabble with every taste. I am the pistachio ice cream of the mix. And
I like artists that are diverse.
Yes, because, you're not challenging yourself enough. You gotta dabble with different sounds, man. How are you gonna find out that that's your sound?
And that's one of the many reasons I've always loved Tech. I don't just call him a rapper. I call him an artist because he can do a straight singing song. He can do a straight metal song.
Yeah, that's what I think about. I think about like a few bands that I grew up, like Trivium and shit. That's like, you listen to Trivium, right? Yeah, that's that shit, man. Like, it's like diverse sounds. I mean, Nightwish was one of those things too. I'm like, this may be a metal band, but it hits different sounds. It's got orchestras. It's got power behind it, I like diversity in songs, and I like diversity in artists. I like people that are willing to just challenge themselves,
Exactly. Like, I like artists that sometimes even write their life. Like, you could maybe say, okay, maybe they're just, this song is inspiring something in their life, which is
right. Good. Yeah, and like, it can't always be about bitches and money. You can't.
And I think that's why Tech will always be one of my favorite rappers, because he says he just writes out his life as it progresses, as it gets better or worse.
Yeah, I wonder how Tech's doing. Like, I haven't seen him at a gathering in years.
The last time I saw him was the last gathering he played at was in 2019. And oh my God, every time I've seen Tech live, whether it's the gathering or a show, he kills it live.
Him and Chris are just fucking in sync when they're dancing and shit. Like, they all just move in like rhythm. And I love that shit too. I love people that put a show on. You know, it's not just a set. It's a show. It's
like, I brought my mom to an ICP show, and now she knows why I like them. She goes, now I know why you like ICP. Their live show is just phenomenal. I'm like, exactly.
It's the theatrics behind music that draws, because it's one thing if you get on a stage and you grab a mic and you're singing and you can grab a crowd's attention, but you gotta engage. You gotta, it's more than just eyesight. It's physical, like active spirit. And that's something I want to add to my sets, is some choreography with some ladies behind me. So I've been looking into doing that for 2023.
Yeah, and it's cool when you interact with the crowd. Like, I'll like watch a lot of people I know, like they'll like jump in the crowd and mosh pit as they're performing.
Yeah, and I just feel like it just speaks volumes, you know, when anyone does that, because it's engaging, it's initiating, like you're putting something out there, you know. So I love that shit, dude. Yeah, choreography. I actually do have a Valentine's Day EP dropping soon.
Oh yeah, you could go ahead and plug that too if you want to.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it earlier, but it's actually me and Why Not the Kraken. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but Why Not is actually my boyfriend, and we put together a 3-track album. It's gonna be fire as fuck, dude. I can't wait. Once that shit drops, I know it's gonna be different, because that, like, speaking of multi-genre, it's more R&B and like 90s style love song, you know.
Oh yeah, I love R&B, especially old school R&B from the 90s, 80s, and all that.
That shit was the heartfelt stuff, you know. Like, that shit came from the heart. Like, you could call a bitch sexy without being like crude, you know. It was different back then. See, with us though, I have a ballad I made for him on the album, and he has a song he made about me, which it's killer. I can't wait for everyone to hear that shit. He actually sings, and he's really diverse too. So when we come together and when we sing together, it's beautiful mix. It's gonna be really dope. I can't wait for everyone to hear that.
Well, yeah, definitely have him hit me up. We'll definitely get him on the show. And if you guys want to come on the show together to promote that project, just let me know.
Oh, I'd appreciate that so much, Don, dude. For sure. Like, yeah, without a doubt. I don't even have to ask him. I'll answer for him. Sure, you got it.
Because that's one good thing about my guests is I always tell my guests, you're always welcome to come back on the show anytime, even if you want to promote something. Because I'll like binge watch interviews with artists. I'm like, oh, what's this artist up to now? I'm like, oh,
right, cool. Right. I mean, it's nice. It's like following up with people. That's cool. That's really nice, and I appreciate that. See, Replicon and I are pretty close friends too.
Yeah, and Scum's always like told me that it's not just the artists that play their role in this underground. It's you guys, the podcasters and interviewers, that allow us to come on and help us promote us and stuff.
And there's not enough love for people like you, dude.
And that's why we promote underground unity here. Like, a lot of people are really promoting that now. Like, people are saying hashtag underground unity, hashtag underground united, not divided. I'm like, yes.
Yes. I, speaking of unity and stuff, like, that's why I want to put together an all-female collective. And I am working on putting together an all-female showcase. And it's not that I don't like guys. It's just that you see a lot of all male derived shows. And I think it's time for us females to have a show for us. And of course, everyone is invited. Male, female, whatever you want to call yourself, non-binary, whatever. I don't care. You're all welcome to come. And I just want some queens of the underground to come together. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
that's all unity. It's love. Because I know it's hard being a female in the underground, but we make it harder for ourselves because some females are so competitive that they're rotten. Like, you don't need to be rotten, bro. Like, we're all in this together, dude. You know what you bring to the table. You should never feel threatened or feel like you need to threaten another.
Exactly.
Like,
I say we need to help bring each other. I was like, okay, you want to do friendly competition? Fine, that's okay.
Yeah, like there's too many Sour Patches.
Yeah,
I
like
think
I've
these
been telling
are
people
beautiful and talented. I want them to come together. Let's all be friends.
Like I've been telling people, let's do music. Who cares what camp or label that person's on? Let's just do a good song.
We're not in high school no more, ladies. This is the real world.
Exactly. And that's why I'm applying the artists that are now working together, regardless of what label they're on. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I like Shrunken Head. You know, like those are my girls. I have a lot to give my like respects to Razakel for, because she's really shown me a lot. Because when I was into this like music, when she brought me on to Shrunken Head, I only had 2 songs out. And I didn't have an album. I had a logo and a charm and maybe like 1 or 2 t-shirts and a hat. I was nobody. I had 1 collaboration out with my buddy Bert Blaze. That's it. I didn't have anything, so Razakel really helped kind of show me the way. I had questions. Of course, she let me do my thing. She didn't do it for me, but if I had questions, I could always come to her for advice. Like, how do I go about doing this? How do I upload this? How do I do it the right way? What kind of format do I need for this picture? Blah, blah, blah. You know, like, help me with promotion. How do I get good algorithms? How do I post online to get, you know, to grab people's attention? Like, she taught me a lot about that stuff. Raz is very, very smart when it comes to that stuff. So
yeah.
like, I have a lot to thank her for sure.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from a lot of people too in this industry. Like my big mentors have always been like Scum and Insane Poetry.
All those are my homies. I love
those
them.
are literally my big bros. I tell people when Scum and Insane Poetry talk to you and are giving you advice, you sit and you listen.
Must respect the Gorefather.
Yes. And that's one thing I love about Scum and Insane Poetry. They are so respectful. Like when people perform, they're in the crowd vibing out and observing these acts too.
Yeah, because I understand being reclusive as an artist because you don't want to be easily, because there's a reason why they call you a superstar. But don't let that take away from being a real person.
Exactly.
You know, like, and I love that shit about Scum and I love that shit about poetry because they're always gonna, like in my eyes, always going to look like a superstar to me, regardless. Because these men have been in the industry for so long and they've done so much with their like music career. That shit's awesome. Like, people are afraid that like if you get close with a big artist that it takes away from their, you know, stardom. It doesn't. It just gives more respect.
Exactly. People gotta understand these artists are people too.
Exactly. Like if you just treat them normally too, don't be weird. Like just don't be weird about it. But like it's good when you can actually network.
Well, and real recognizes real. Like I do this show because I just want to promote people because I love to give good karma and help and promote people. And I ask for nothing in return. And I was like, if people want to give something in return, fine. But I ask for nothing in return. As long as I'm helping promote people, that's all I care about.
That's a nice reward though, because you get, you know, it's network you're building. So in a way you are, you know, getting something that you need out of it, but it's for good. You know,
exactly. I tell people I've been in this underground scene since I was about 8 or 9, and now I'm like going to be 33. So I've like put my life into this. I have such a passion for it.
And you know, it's you know, like people speak nothing but highly of you. I mean, shit. Even Shaggy said his own thing about you. Like, go you, bro. Like it was on the podcast that they had. I remember when that shit aired. Yeah, like, dude, you're killing it. I'm proud of you. And like, just like all of us artists, like you're gaining nothing but good for you to give back to people. Because the more hype you get, is the more hype you're getting for other people when they're on your show. So all of it for the good, you know.
And I tell people, and when the people you look up to start giving you props and respect, it's like the greatest feeling in the world.
Exactly, dude. Like You're doing good. You're doing a good job, my friend.
I marked out. I was like, no way. Like I one time saw where ICP was like, shout outs to all these YouTube juggalos or people that just spread positive. They're like Dawn Chaos. I'm like, no fucking way.
That's dope, dude. See, you don't know because you're so humble. Like, you're not expecting that shit. And that's what, the humble, you guys get your day. And it's
and that's why I'm in the scene, I'm known as the Karma Millionaire, because I just spread that good karma. And people say you're the most humblest person. They're like, most people when they do their shows, you can see them fronting, but they're like, you, Dawn, you're just being yourself. You're not like those interviewers that put like pressuring questions. You just make it like you're talking to homies. It's laid back.
It should be like that, right? Why does it have to be awkward?
Yeah, like, look at me. I'm here smoking as we're talking.
Like, I have my cat in the background right now, and like, I'm in my bedroom, like literally using my boyfriend's dresser as a phone stand. Like, how more natural can I be? I wasn't even gonna go on camera, but I did it because I have love for you, man. And fuck all that materialistic shit. I want people to see my face. So.
Oh yeah, and the one question we usually ask our guests is, what, if you can remember, what's the first song that like grasps your attention that got you into ICP that you remember like it was yesterday?
Haunted Bumps.
Fuck yeah.
That was my shit. Like, I just loved the way it sounded on my boy Tobias's sound system. His whole car would rattle. And it was like, whoa. And especially when you just started smoking weed and that shit's like in your ears, like, whoa. Like total trip mode. Like that shit was vibrating through my soul. Like, I miss the Lotus, dude.
Yeah, they have like fucking bars. Like, I've had people that straight up listen. They're like, those people who think ICP don't have bars, fuck that. They do.
It's funny how like all this shit that we grew up getting picked on for.
And now it's getting respect and stuff.
It's like, wow, it took you this long? Fuck you guys.
Like, I laughed when ICP was on that hip-hop radio station, and the dude didn't know how to make it because this was a dude that was always trashing them, and he's like, well, do you think we're hip-hop? Are we considered old school hip-hop? And the dude was like nervous. He was like, yeah, I guess. It's like, yeah, they are. You better say yeah.
I mean, it is old school. You think about Esham and shit, like, that's old school stuff, man. Jay's
gonna go down as one of the greatest storytellers in the genre. He like paints a picture.
He definitely, and like, I don't know, but they actually are known as the biggest we're the biggest subculture, juggalos, and
we're considered even the last like great subculture.
Yeah, before the hipsters came in and fucked everything up. Just kidding. But no, like I feel like, there's a lot of juggalos I've met that are from so many different worlds. Like, you don't have to be a certain, like, look or way, you don't have to come from, like, you don't have to come from Detroit where your life was rough. I know rich juggalos that give all their money to the needy and shit. Like, I know juggalos they have their doctorates and they just go to the gathering. They don't get fucked up. They just enjoy the music. Like, it's all about, like, the love at the end of the day. And that's what the family provided. The magic of the underground is that feeling of no matter where you go, you're gonna be okay.
Exactly. I tell people, we have our morals. The only things that we don't accept is if you're a racist piece of shit, or if you're a kitty pet builder,
or just a piece of shit in general, and like to steal shit from people's cars.
Juggalo justice, y'all.
Juggalo justice is real.
And we support it.
Juggalo justice, dude. Any of those fucking people. Like,
maybe we need to make shirts that say I support Juggalo justice.
You should.
Let's get those made, y'all.
Juggalo Justice Day. Actually make a day of it. Juggalo Justice Day. For all those people that are doing fuck shit, let's take them down. Take them down, son. So sick of it, dude. There's so
and I knew juggalos who came from like small towns that lived in the country.
I don't know. I see so many things that fucking mess my head up. Like, there's one year I went to the gathering, this girl was selling heroin. I'm like, are you selling Narcan with that at least? You fucking bitch. You're really gonna like sell heroin? That's disgusting. That's fucked up. Selling crack, any of that shit. Keep that off the gathering ground, man.
Exactly. I'm all for if people want to smoke, maybe do some shrooms and have a few drinks. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. Like people are maybe whippets too. That's what people like to do too at the gathering and at any festival for that matter. But like, keep that crack and heroin and shit away. Like that's disgusting. How dare you do that to somebody? Like, and bring like some people are going to the gathering and they're trying to recover, which is a really bad place to be if you're trying to recover, but they think it's their getaway. You know, everyone every year, that's my getaway, and everyone has a reason to go to the gathering, and that's my getaway once a year. So if I see some fuck shit, I speak on that.
Like, shout outs to the Scrub Club, but much respect to Juggalos in recovery. Those people are actually helping. Juggalos are helping people out.
Yeah, respect to all of them, fam. And they've all got some serious stories, dude. And like, it is okay to recover. And I support those that are trying to be sober. If you don't even want to smoke weed, you can still hang out with me. I don't care. You don't have to be a pothead to be my friend. That's how I look at it.
Exactly. That's why I tell people you don't have to smoke or even drink to be my friend. I'll still kick it with you.
Yeah, people think it's weird. Like, oh, you're gonna smoke a blunt. I'm like, I won't smoke it around you.
Yep.
But I want to hang out with you, dude. Like, it doesn't have to be weird. Why are so many people weird? Like, I just making it weird and awkward. Like, we all taken a tolerance break here and there. Like, we've all quit. I mean, I quit smoking weed for a while, and then I stop, and I go back. I stop, and I go back. Tolerance break, whatever.
Yeah, weed for me now is like medical purposes because it really helps me.
I know, because of what you just, got diagnosed with, which, man, mad love to you, dude. I'm so sorry you're going through that.
Yeah, everyone's like, you're still being a trooper through all of that? I'm like, yep.
Yeah, I know a few people that are on Simpson oil because of what you have. You should see if you can get a prescription.
And it's sad when you get like older people, like, you're too young to have health problems. I'm like, no, you're not. Young people can get the same health problems. Like, people think arthritis is an elderly thing. No, I suffer from arthritis.
Arthritis in my knees, both of them, because I fucked them both up.
I was like, young people get it, but I get it when it's like below freezing, and I get it in my wrists and my feet. So as long as I wear layers, I'm fine. But if I don't, it fucks with me.
Yeah, dude, I could see how that could be a bother. Like, I do everything with, like, I get facials every day. So I'm washing people's faces and I'm massaging their neck and shoulders. My wrist will like shake sometimes, and I hear cracking. So I'm like, I'm sure this is the beginning of arthritis in my hands. Because that shit like aches just to like bend. And it feels like it's crystallized and I can't move it. Sucks getting old, man.
Yeah, like someone today was like looking at me weird because I was walking with a cane. I was like, I am not too young to walk with a cane. If only you knew what my health problem was.
My girlfriend had a walker for a while too. And she was having issues walking. Like, everyone's different. She's younger than me. I'm only 29. So, like,
I have a friend who was born with spina bifida.
What's that?
That's where you're like born with like spine problems for the rest of your life, to where eventually you are going to need to be like in a cane or wheelchair, and people will tell her, oh, you're too young. And she'll like show an example, like she's showing her birth certificate, born with spina bifida. I was born with back problems.
Damn, dude, that's it fucking blows. Are there any other questions that the viewers might have? My phone just said it's at 10%. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. One of the last questions we'll ask is like, if you can remember, what was like your first piece of music that you bought with your own money?
You remember the FYE store?
Yep.
Yeah. I bought Slipknot's album, their first album.
That self-titled is unfuckwithable.
Dude, that was my shit. I remember the day that I lost that album because I let my friend Angel borrow it. Because we would swap CDs during lunch because we all had CD players, and we put like our CD player in our pockets because we all wore trip pants. And she was listening to my album, and then she let someone else borrow it without asking me, and then I never got it back.
Dang.
But that feeling when I had it in my hands when I bought it was like, hell yeah. Fucking allowance money used correctly.
Oh, yeah. And before we let you go, do you want to give any shout outs, and can your boy get any shout outs? And you're always welcome on the show. Like, if your phone's charged, maybe we'll like do like a part 2, or if you want to hop on the computer, we could even do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah, let's I think we should schedule some shit for the Valentine's Day EP with Why Not? Because Why Not would love to be live with, you and I, and just chat it up and talk about our piece and what he's got coming up, because I know he's got a lot of cool shit like laid out for 2023 too. Well, I'm gonna give some shout outs, I guess. Shout out to any viewers that have been listening, have been supporting me for years. Shout out to you, Don Chaos. Fucking love you, bro. Shout out to all the juggalos and the homies that don't know me, but just pop right into my fucking friend request. I'll add you, and then I'll send you some greatness if you want to hear. And shout out to Shrunken Head Entertainment. That's the homies. I love you, Razakel, and I love you, girls. You are my fucking girls. And everyone else, as well as like Diabolic and fucking Bane. All y'all. I have so much love for you. Arias, I love you guys so much. That's my family right there. And of course, Hard Jaws, much love to you, man. And keep it up with, if you want to keep up with me, just follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok as HB the Grizzly.
Or if you want links to all her socials, they're all in her link tree down below.
Yes. My link tree, if you want to find it, because I don't have it in my hand right now.
Right down there.
Oh, it is right down there? Okay, that's good. Thank you, man. You stepped ahead of me. At my link tree, you'll find all my new shit that just came out at the top. You'll find all my other connections that I do have. And if you ever want to, chat it up and, see me perform, I actually have a show February 15th in Kent, Ohio. I'll be opening up for Cody Manson. It's the Love to Hate Me tour. So I have some tickets to sell. If y'all want to come on out, show me love. I'm going to be staying out there. I'm going to get a hotel room, and I'm going to party it the fuck up afterwards. So please come through, come to me. I got you. But
hell yeah.
That's my time. I love you, Don Chaos, man. And this has been fucking awesome. And I'm looking forward to hopping back onto the show with you eventually soon.
Hell yeah. And Razakel, if you're watching, we definitely want to get you on the show. Tell her let's make it happen.
Make it happen. I got you. I'll pass on that message, homie.
All right. Later.
Yeah, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Hell yeah, y'all. That was HB the Grizzly. Now let's get into some topics. But next time when HB the Grizzly comes on here, by then she will have some drip for you guys. So we'll definitely have her come on, and we'll maybe do a karma giveaway for you guys. Who knows? Let's get into some topics. This is a very great interview. Let's get into topics. If Lady Chaos, if you're watching, if you want to come on and join, come right ahead, babe, and help me touch on these topics. All right, y'all, I have to refresh the chat. The only thing that fucks with the self-titled is Iowa. That is facts, Shanzi. Iowa is a very phenomenal album, too. That is probably my other favorite Slipknot album is Iowa. That's like number 2. Both Iowa and that self-titled are like unfuckwithable. Unfuckwithable. Maybe we need to do a versus video, Shanzi. But yeah, I do agree though, Shanzi. Iowa is another good Slipknot album. Sicko Entertainment, what's good? Nothing. Guess what? Nothing. What's up? Sicko Entertainment. Make sure you guys go check out the other podcast. It's Just Music. Check out that show. Shouts to It's Just Music. Yeah. Shouts to LB Sickening. I see you in the chat. What is good? President Matt Murderous. The Prez is in the house. Which, speaking of that, Matt, we're definitely going to do a podcast collab project together titled The Dawn and the Prez, or The Prez and the Dawn. What we're going to talk about, I don't know. You're very welcome, LB Sickening. Whoop, whoop. So let's get into some topics of the night. Make sure you guys are sharing this everywhere. Like, subscribe. Thumbs this up, share this all over social media. If you are watching exclusively on Carnival Spirits on YouTube, super chats are welcome. Links down below for your boys' social medias, as well as HB the Grizzly's social media, and especially the love of my life, Lady Chaos. Check out all her social medias down below. Of course, there are also links to where you can get your own Dawn Chaos and Carnival Spirits drip. Links to that below. Links to the Carnival Spirits link tree to where you can follow Carnival Spirits on all social media, and where you can check out the Hours of Chaos podcast playlist, where you can watch past episodes. So whether you're watching live or you're re-watching this, watching the replay, what's good? IRA, what is good, man? How you doing? Mr. Dosha in the chat. What is good, man? What is up, Dosha? GRE, y'all. Grim Reality Entertainment. We just had HB the Grizzly on, Mr. Dosha, but again, if you guys were on to come see HB the Grizzly, you can always watch the replay. Right now, we're just getting into some topics and dropping on some news. And make sure you guys check out Mr. Dosha, who is going to be hitting the road very soon with JP the Hustler, along with other members of the GRE camp. Make sure you see Mr. Dosha playing on the Underground Unity, Underground United show. Catch him performing there. Use those hashtags across the screen. Hashtag Underground Unity, hashtag Underground United, and all those good old happy. All right, let's pull up the topics. But yes, check out the Carnival Spirits as well as the Dawn Chaos store. Frontier, get yourself some Dawn Chaos and Carnival Spirit swag. And when you do, send a video, if you do videos, unboxing it. Take pictures, because then I will make a Dawn Chaos / Carnival Spirits slideshow. As many of you know, there's a lot of very dope shows coming up. One of the shows that's booking that we hope hits down here in Florida is the Monstar Nation Tour is now booking, which has performances from the Monstar Entertainment Squad. Of course, Light will be performing. Project Born, and my boy Schizo. They gonna be performing, y'all. My bros Light, Schizo, and my dudes Frank Nitty, Project Born. Them Project Born boys, you should know. Them dudes. This is gonna be a great tour. Hell yeah. Tour dates should be announced very soon. So when the dates are announced, we will show the flyer showcasing all the dates when they become available. Shouts to Light and the whole Monstar camp. Shouts to Shrunken Head Entertainment. Chapter 17, via all the pages. You going to the Cody Manson show in February, March 16th. Fuck yeah, we are, Shanzi. Damn right. Damn right I'm going to the Cody Manson show. Fuck yeah. If you guys have not seen Cody Manson live, oh my God, you guys need to. This man, his live show, his stage presence, phenomenal. Very down to earth, dude. Shouts to my dude, Cody Manson. Trife life, y'all. Trife life or no life. LSP. What is up? Head Case in the chat. What is good? Head Case. Thank you for tuning in, man. You think you're about hitting up the tour in Louisville? Stop. Do it. Do it, Shanzi. Hit it up. Or come down to Florida and we'll go to the show. Also, shouts to Cody Manson, who dropped E=MC Skelter last year. That was one of my favorite albums to come out last year. I had a long list of favorite albums. E=MC Skelter from Cody Manson was one of those. Get Well Soon by King ISO was phenomenal. The stuff that Ouija dropped, Fallen Angelic and Problem Children, phenomenal. Scum dropped a lot of phenomenal stuff. Insane Poetry dropped Violent Art, which is a phenomenal album. Light dropped a dope album. Metamorphosis. Don't know why it was slipping my mind for a bit. So many dope music. there's more dope music to come, y'all. Yes, Cody Manson's show is very hype. Yes, Team Snuff. Snuff gang, y'all. Chilling, eating some edibles? Fuck yeah. Whether y'all are drinking on something, smoking on something, cheers. Let's see that hashtag underground unity, hashtag underground divided, underground united, not divided. And just released today, y'all. Today, there's an album that has dropped. So make sure you guys go listen to it. Full on review for it coming soon. I will either be doing a review for this album by myself, or better yet, I'm gonna have Lady Chaos join me for an interview when we get a chance to digest this album. That's something we're gonna plan on doing together. We're planning on doing live reactions to stuff, whether it's new music or something, maybe music videos. We'll probably do that here on this channel, or we'll probably do it even on her channel so you guys can see what we're reacting to, because Lady Chaos, when she goes live, she uses OBS Studios. I use StreamYard, so I don't know how to do that. I mean, I guess we could react if I screen shared something on here, I think. But yes, Drop Today is an album I'm very excited to listen to. And that is Severus Click dropped their album titled Book of the Dead. I cannot wait to hear this album and do a full-on review for it. If you guys don't know about Severus Click, you should. Severus Click, or die slow, as we say. And I'm going to show you guys the track listing for this release. Do I have the track listing? I thought I had the track listing up. I don't. But go check it out, y'all. There's another fresh, new, unheard Geno cult shit verse on this album. There's a lot of dope features on this album. Who knows, maybe we'll get the Severus Click boys on here and we'll get them on here to promote this album. Shoutouts to my dudes at Severus Click, or Die Slow. But if you happen to get a chance on these bundles, hopefully you got one of these bundles, because there are no more bundles now. And what bundle did I get? You guys are just going to have to wait and see. I might do a video unboxing it, or even a live unboxing of it. Another show that is currently booking, if I can pull it up. There we go. The Blame Us Tour with Scum and Smalls 1 is now booking. So hit up your local concert promoters. Tell them to book this tour. As you guys can tell, they will be performing joint bangers off of Playing With Us, as well as other classic and limited availability spots dates. So in Florida, let's get a date down here. Let's get a date either Lakeland, Tampa, Orlando, or St. Petersburg. Or whatever other city or town is close. I'm still trying to learn the geography of Florida. I've been down here for 8 months, but I'm still learning the geography. There's a lot of cities and towns in Florida that I don't even know of yet. You know, I only know like the known cities here in Florida, like, you know, Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Napa, and now I know, you know, Lakeland. But yeah, definitely hit up this show. If any of y'all have not seen Scum or Smalls 1 live, you really do. Scum, there's just nothing like when you see anyone from the LSP camp performing. There's nothing else like an LSP show. There is fucking energy in that show. If you don't bring that energy to your show, then performing ain't for you. Also, shout outs to Blind Death Clothing, y'all. Shout outs to them. And speaking of that, here is the dates for the Cody Nansen They Love to Hate tour. Definitely hit up this show if it is in your area. HB the Grizzly is going to be opening at the tour spot for this show. So you guys need to go do it. Check her out. Check out her performance. Check out Cody Nansen live. And if the show's in your area, just go check it out. Go out and do a show. There's so many great underground shows happening now, y'all. And shows going on here in the underground and in the indie scene. There's just so many of these dope shows, you know, coming along. And bringing the energy to these shows. There's nothing else like it. What's some other news? Coming out tomorrow, or I think I know maybe one of the first things me and Lady Chaos maybe do a reaction to, or maybe something we'll listen to and do a little video for it. Now, what we're going to do is, let me pull up the chat. Cerberus. I figured. Cerberus. Fuck yeah. I do have a little bit of a speech impediment, but yeah. And the way I say certain stuff. Shouts, Odd Prophet. So yes, Lady Chaos, if you're watching, what do you think? Babe, should we do a live reaction to this or do a review of this? But coming very soon, as many of you know, Violent J is working on a solo project titled Bloody Sunday. That is supposed to come out sometime in February, around Juggalo weekend. He's releasing another single track off of this album. And it's causing controversy. It's just funny how this song is causing controversy just by the image alone. This shit is causing controversy. Like, I am seeing so many people showing their true colors just with this image alone. And it's funny watching people getting mad and butthurt over this and getting all weirded out. It's funny. It's funny because, and all those people whining and complaining before a song even comes out, or just because the artwork for a song is out. Like artwork always defines what a song is going to be about. Not always, y'all. And that is, of course, Violent J is dropping a new solo track off of Bloody Sunday. That track is titled... Come on. Where is it? There we go. It's on all streaming platforms tomorrow. Go check it out. The song is titled Some Good Pussy. Now, what this song's going to be about, I have no idea. I don't even know. We may think we know because of that artwork, but we don't. Who knows? That's why we got to give it a listen and try to digest. Maybe there's some deep shit in there. Who knows? Who knows? But it's funny seeing people get weirded out just by this fucking image. It's like people that are feeling all weirded out by that shit. It's like, why? Well, now this shit is weird. Like, juggalos aren't weird enough, y'all. Come on now. But yes, we're going to be giving this a listen. We might do a live reaction to it. Who knows? We might. We'll just have to wait and see. But, you know, who knows? It's just funny seeing people judging something just by a song title before even hearing a song. Or because there's this image pertaining to this that might pertain to the song, which it probably doesn't. We should always know that. It's like when usually ICP drops a music video. Sometimes the song is not always pertaining to what's going on in the music video. And that's the same sometimes when singles drop. Sometimes a single doesn't always maybe pertain to what the song's about. It might be percentage of the time, but there's times where it's not, you know. It's an image that grasps your attention. And you guys like imagery that grasps your attention, y'all. And if it does rub you guys the wrong way, all I got to say is, because I can't have clips on here right now, I'm gonna start adding certain clips to this show for the entertainment purposes. And one is going to be the clip, if you guys have seen that dude where he's like throwing a temper tantrum and crying, and then the person recording's like, "Oh man, get this man some milk." That's what we're going to start doing for all you cry, whiny baby people that are still grasping on to this scene for dear life and stuff, that are crying. We're just going to say, "Oh, give this man some milk. Give this man a diaper." So yeah, for those of you that are still grasping on the scene, we just got and that are trying to hang on to it because you have nothing else in your life. Just go. Real recognize real. Or do you have those people that are now trying to act like they care about the scene? All of a sudden, some people that didn't care about the scene, all of a sudden care about it. Some say juggalo only when it's convenient, and no, they don't mean it. We get sick of being lenient. Yeah. So me and the missus will probably do a live reaction to this Violent J track because it looks like it's going to be out on YouTube. So we'll probably do a live reaction on YouTube. Maybe live reaction and listen with you guys. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Also, if you guys haven't checked, go check out the newest Monstar music video off the track titled Monstar Click. Wow, what did you guys think of this song? Let me know in the chat. Monstar Click. Did you love this song? Did you love it? Was it fire? Did you not like it? And if you didn't like it, why? And if you do love the track, why? But yeah, go check out the music video for Monstar Click, featuring the Monstar crew. And if you guys must know, there's some hip hop freshness for you guys. Get some hip hop freshness in your life. Recording artists, Revere and Dalfy have teamed up with R.A. the Rugged Man for the single Stereo Edit. So here's the artwork for this collab. That's what I'm excited to hear this track. Because if anyone that knows me, I love R.A. the Rugged Man. He is a beast. If you've seen R.A. the Rugged Man live, holy shit. Or if you've heard R.A. the Rugged Man, the dude's got bars. He's fucking insane live. Oh my God. By God. And I know this is going to make Lady Chaos probably laugh. But all I got to say is, oh, Lord in heaven. Oh, holy hell. Oh, God in heaven. Holy hell. If you guys can quote what movie that's from, you're awesome. Another dope track that just came out that you guys need to check is Loke Records recently dropped some freshness on top of the underground like a musical atomic bomb, y'all. Low Key dropped a Mission Infect track single titled Remote Control, and Batty Bat dropped Shatter. So go check it out. Loke Records, y'all. Shouts to Low Key. If you guys don't know about Low Key, then what the hell is wrong with you? Also, speaking of some freshness if you guys, man, there's only a select number left. Hopefully they haven't sold out by now. But go ahead and get yourselves the new Worm logo. This logo right here is now on jerseys, y'all. Go ahead and get yourself some. Do it. Of course, we had Worm on the show. He contributed to a giveaway, which is fucking dope. Which that's something we're going to start doing now on the show, is having guests contribute to giveaways if they're able to. I love this logo because Gremlins is one of my favorite movies. Shouts to Worm, Vile House. Yes, this image is on jerseys, so go get it. I don't know how long they're going to be there. Maybe for a limited time, maybe forever. I don't know. And another dope artist that is going live on tour, hitting the road, that you guys need to check out. That is, of course, who am I talking about but Snow the Product. She is going on tour. So go check it out. Another dope show that you guys should be checking out. That's coming out in February. Chapter 17's Hex is doing a show. And that show is titled The Valentine's Day Spectacular Show, with performances by Hex and Sun. So go check it out. Saturday, February 11th. And I want to send a birthday, because yesterday was a man in this community that is pretty well respected. He's very respected, y'all. This man is dope. He celebrated his birthday here on the Hours of Chaos podcast. We want to send a very happy birthday to the one and only DC Fago guy. His birthday was yesterday. Again, happy birthday, man. I hope you had a great one, man. So happy birthday to DC Fago guy. From one fellow member of the YJC to the other. Happy birthday, man. From here. On all of us in the Chaos family and the Hours of Chaos podcast. Now, again, I just sent out the giveaways that were won on the show last week. So when you guys get giveaways, when you win the giveaways, when you get these giveaways, post a video or make a post, take a picture and tag your boy in it. Or when our guests contribute to giveaways, tag them in it on social media as well. Like, for example, since Worm contributed to a giveaway and Cody contributed to the giveaway last week, tag Worm in that post along with Vile House Entertainment and Sever Risk Click, as well as your boy Don Chaos and Carnival Spirits. YJC, y'all. Rebuild YJC. So yeah. And now, I'm currently working on the new trailer for the up and coming schedule for the Hours of Chaos podcast. So hopefully pretty soon, that I'm currently working on as we speak. Pretty soon you're going to see the next up and coming schedule for the Hours of Chaos podcast. Because, I put in a lot of work for those trailers and those promo trailers and making those. I put in a lot of work in doing that. And a lot of the stuff I do, I put my heart into it, my soul. I carry the weight of it on my shoulders. So next week, our guest on the Hours of Chaos podcast is going to be, drum roll, please. Our guest next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast is going to be the one and only OMG, it's you. Yes, that is who we are going to be joined next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast. So tune in, y'all. So, without further ado, you guys already know who I am. I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, chat, let them hear it. You guys are awesome. And we will see you guys next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast. You might even see us sooner when me and the missus do probably a live reaction to that Violent J's single. Deuces, y'all. And yeah, tune in same chaos time, same chaos place. Deuces, y'all.